One of the newest tools to identify yourself and others is called biometrics, an identity verification system that uses your physical characteristics. It is through biometrics that we can prove that we are who we say we are.
Biometrics uses a part of the body, a face, an iris, or a fingerprint to confirm your ID.
Iris scans and palm scans, eye tracking devices, blood vessel biometrics that analyze the pattern of the vessels beneath your skin.
It's captured. That's good.
This is a wireless device that the police could use at a random checkpoint. It takes your fingerprints and has software in it to do facial recognition within seconds.
Right there in the field, without having to take the individual back to the station or back to the processing center, I'm able to determine if this is an honest individual that I should just let them go, or is somebody that I need to detain or I need to take other actions with.
President Bush has proposed using a biometric identification card for legal immigrants. The cards would give employers a way to check the legal status of a prospective employee.
Use a biometric technology to create a new tamper-proof identification card for every legal foreign worker. That's what we need.
We have a biometric card for all new guest workers. It's kind of impenetrable, right? So that we can make sure that no one's working here illegally, so employers know who to hire and not to hire.
The Department of Homeland Security says the proposed biometric ID cards are only for temporary guest workers. But Mark Rotenberg, who heads the Electronic Privacy Information Center, predicts the cards will be widely distributed.
Any person who applies for a job in the United States will be required to have this card, because the employer won't be able to determine who are the citizens applying for the jobs, who are the legal immigrants applying for the job, who are the illegal immigrants. So for this system to work, you need a single worker eligibility card that covers everybody in the U.S.
Already there are several biometric projects in the works. They include the Registered Traveler Program, a plan for 10 million federal employees and 10 million federal transportation workers to have biometric ID cards. And beginning in October, all new U.S. passports will have a chip with fingerprints and a digital photograph. Once a face is captured and put into a database, it can be used to screen people wherever a camera is tied into that system.
Having the ability to screen faces as they're entering into the country without impeding the flow of traffic, doing it in a way that doesn't impede the flow of traffic, is a very powerful application.
Supporters of the new law argue it would help curb illegal immigration, while privacy advocates say a driver's license would become a national identity card, cost state governments too much, and lead to increased identity theft.
This is something we've been talking about since 1981, and it keeps getting enacted or proposed and then killed. It's about time we did this.
Let's talk about the practical effect. Who is actually affected by this? Just people? Are the only people who have to worry about the effects of this law people who are undocumented, illegal, aliens, immigrants, or would you and I, who trying to go and renew our driver's license, be affected by it?
Exactly. All of us will be affected by this. And as Mark says, it really is a surreptitious way to try to enact a national ID card. If we're going to do that, let's have that debate up front.
What's wrong
on
with the
its
national
merits.
What's wrong with the national ID card?
Well, we don't make driver's license, motor vehicle departments into national ID card issuers. I think we have to look at what is in our national interest. We have to separate our immigration enforcement and regulation issues from that question of motor vehicles, driver's licenses, and national IDs, and we have to have both debates on their merit. In order to secure the border, we need comprehensive immigration reform. And what this REAL ID Act does, in addition to the driver's licenses, is pile on new restrictions on asylum, court stripping, guilt by association, and rescinding or bypassing all the laws that would govern in order for the U.S. to extend fencing along the southern border. So again, these are controversial, complicated issues. We need to have the debate in the light of day, not behind closed conference doors.
If I could get back to this national ID concept, the choice is not between a national ID card and some nirvana where nobody knows your name. The choice is a centralized national ID card.
The House of Representatives approved a bill today that would require people to produce a photo ID before they can vote in federal elections.
Well, the security card that lawmakers are using at California State Capitol may not be as secure as everyone had hoped. In fact, one California lawmaker proved it can be hacked. That same technology is being considered for a national ID card.
With a homemade antenna and a laptop, West Hughes was able to read radio waves emitted by Pavley's identity card, duplicate it, and then gain access to a secured area of the state capitol.
All that was done within a moments of time without me even being aware of it.
Simidian's experiment illustrated just how easy it is for a hacker to read those radio frequency identification cards, or RFIDs, from a few feet away.
If you can read someone's information and then literally in a matter of seconds clone their card and pass yourself off as them, imagine the mischief that people can do.
Because the federal government is considering using RFID for a national identification card, Simidian has several bills that would put a 3-year ban or restrictions on the technology's use until more protections are in place.
The microchip is tamper-proof, it's secure, no one can take your microchip and use it to their advantage to gain access to your facility.
Nevertheless, the United States is in a key position to shape this so that the problem of the Bush presidency will be the emergence of a new international order.
Within the next 4 years, we will see the emergence of a new international order.
The beginning of a new international order, and it could well be that this president, who is so reviled by intellectuals, will emerge as one of the seminal presidents of his period.
Let's assume
of American modern history.
One of the seminal presidents.
He could.
What does he have to do to achieve that status?
Well, he has to do certain things, and he has to have some luck. Although I believe in the Branch Rickey statement.
When he was a general manager of the
luck is
Dodgers.
the residue of design.
What did he say?
He said luck is the residue of design. Right. He said it about baseball.
I know.